Okay, they say this is 2m squared minus 6m plus 8 equals 0. Okay, we're going to divide out the 2 first on each one, and it's going to be m squared minus 8m plus 4 equals 0. So if you try to factor it, it's like, oh, it's either 1 times 4 or 2 times 2, but none of that's going to add up to 8. So when you get stuck like this, what you end up having to do is, this is when you use the quadratic formula. I never knew that before. I never knew the purpose of the quadratic formula, but you use a quadratic formula when you can't do it this way. Okay, and that's going to be x equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay, so this is basically our a, which is 1. Our b is a negative 8, and our c is a 4. Okay, so let's plug it in. Negative, but this is already a negative 8, so it's going to be positive 8 plus or minus. It's going to be negative 8 squared minus 4 times 1 is a, and c is a 4, over 2 times a is a 1. So it's going to be 8 plus or minus 64 minus 16 over 2. Okay, so so once we have that all in there, let me make sure I'm doing this correctly. We have all of that plugged in. You're going to be able to simplify that down to, okay, 64 minus 16 is 64. Sorry, I'm not good at math, so I'm not doing this in my brain. 64 minus 16 is 48. 8 plus or minus 48 over 2. Okay, well, this 2 and the 8 could cross out to be a 4 plus or minus 48. Okay, now we could have this end up being oh, I could actually leave it like this. Okay, so I'm gonna have 2 answers. I'm gonna have 4 plus square root of 48, because they want us to add this, right? They want to know what is the, hold on, look at the original question. They want us to know what is the sum of all the values. So this is one value, and then this is one value because of this plus and minus. So if we were to add this up, that and that cross each other out. So 4 plus 4 is 8.